This is a Choo Choo Rocket clone I've been working on for some time now. It's not finished, but this is what I have so far. As you can see, there's a little instructions on side of what to do, because this is actually the dev kit for the Choo Choo Rocket game. And what you do is you can move the cursor using the arrow keys. You can place arrows with the WSD keys. Backspace reverts to the default tile. If I can run it by hitting the spacebar, and the choo-choos will, if they hit a wall, they'll bounce back. They always move in a clockwise motion. The arrows work too. As you can see, they move with the arrows, and since this is the dev kit, I can actually place the arrows at runtime. There we go. Once they hit the end, they're done. The instructions on the side aren't really updated, so don't listen to them. There's also cats in the game, which I just got implemented the other day. Now if I hit escape, I can reload it. So all the information was just reloaded from the file. Can't really see it though, so let me revert this tile. Using the different keys on the numerical keys, I can change the attributes of the tile, as you can see here. Now the interesting thing about spawning cat and mice is that they come up as temp files. The temp is because of the way the engine's written. It's dynamic memory, and every time it only loads when the level loads. So I place a cat, I hit escape, and there's the cat. I don't know why there's an arrow under it. So let me just fix that and revert that back to a default tile. There's still some problems with it. I hit space, I run it, and they're moving. If I want to delete it, I can click, I can just revert it to a blue tile. The cat's still there, which I plan to fix this, but you have to reload it and it'll go away. But all you have to do is hit escape. I might make it automatically do it. Same thing applies for choo-choos. You just hit the tilde, and I can spawn a few choo-choos. Hit escape, they're there. If I want to change the way they're facing, I can use keys 6 through 9 on the keyboard, and this is just temporary, but it places arrows in the direction they're going to be facing until you load the actual sheets. And I can run them. I don't think it's bad for a first time try a Choo Choo Rocket. Now, in the actual files for the game, excuse me one second. The map is a .ccrm file, which if I open with Notepad++, looks like this. We have the first line is always the sprite sheet, and then we have the different attributes for the tile to crop it. 5 is the extra attribute, which means what type of tile it is, and then that's the orientation of the tile. So I believe tile 5, if I look right here, is blocked, so that's a wall. As you can see, each tile type has attributes. The tiles can either be standard, up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow, a blocked position, a starting position for choo-choos, a exit tile, and a cat tile. Then you just have different directions for the orientation. And this is actually the load map function. It's pretty simple. You just pass it a pointer to a file. You set how big you want the map, and then there's a nice little, I wrote a debug class. It's basically the same if you ever watch the Adventures of Game Development, how Falco shows how his works. Mine's basically the exact same. It's a singleton, so I can call an instance from it at any time, and I can just print to it wherever. As you can see, we load in the, if the file is good for the map file, then we attempt to load the sprite sheet. If there's any errors, we print them out. We get the base X, which the base X and the base Y is the padding. Here is the base X, here is the base Y. Now these are just some buffers here. We loop through, we load all the data, and we find their position by calculating, well, each tile's position is calculated by getting the base of X. Base X plus X times 32. As you can see, X and Y are updated here. And then at the end, we just populate a default tile array, which this is kind of a stupid way to do it, but oh well. We print out map load successfully, and we return true. If there's an error, we return false. Then we just have some rendering functions down there. But this is in a nutshell how it works. Right now there's no way to edit the sprite sheet in the dev kit, so you just have to do it manually. And as you can see right here, we have just a few sprite sheets that I've ripped from a few different things. Here's World 1. Photoshop's going to take forever to open. Yeah, and that's really it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Good night.